Good morning. We have here Todd Rudley. Todd is Head of North American Sales for VistaOne, a division of Core One Technologies. Todd, thank you very much for joining us this morning. So Todd, may I begin with asking a little bit more about your role within VistaOne and what VistaOne can do for asset managers today?
Yes, hi. So Todd Rudley, and I run sales for VistaOne Solutions. We work with asset managers, primarily global top 100 asset managers in the area of data management, client services, and reporting, and helping them manage and organize the information that needs to go from the variety of back-end processing and transactional systems into the hands of their clients, investors, consultants, and other proxies that need to receive that information when, where, and how they would like to receive it. So we work with asset managers on the challenges around that process.
More dynamic reports, yes, we hear a lot of that. So can you tell me a little bit more about the impact of that in the marketplace?
So the impact of digitization on client services and reporting for asset managers is manifested in many ways. So I think first you see the change from an environment characterized by reporting on regular cycles, monthly and quarterly reporting off of a fairly static set of data, to something that's much more dynamic, more requests from data, from clients, more desire for transparency. So more data, more frequently, and with more analytics on all times of time cycles. And so that drive creates many challenges for asset managers. We've done some interesting research in this area. We did a survey of over 300 financial services firms, over 100 in our core demographic, over majority over 50 billion in assets under management. And one of the great difficulties or challenges cited in that survey is the timely response to custom data requests by clients. And number two was the ability to produce custom reports for clients.
So Todd, I hear that you have invested quite heavily in a survey, in a research project, and I want to get my hands on that. Can you give us some idea about what the results of that survey are? What are the biggest challenges faced by people in the client reporting and data integration space?
To better understand the drivers of the current state of client services and reporting for asset managers, recently we surveyed some research in this area. We surveyed over 300 financial institutions, over 100 in our target demographic, asset managers of 50 billion or more in assets under management. We asked about the challenges and the reasons that gave rise to those challenges. The top challenges that were cited around that was, one, a timely response to client data requests, and two was the production of custom reports and artifacts for clients. Probably not a surprise there, given the amount of approval and still a manually intensive process for many reasons, and the data governance that would be associated with that. The top reasons cited around that were one, the lack of automation and workflow to manage the process. So looking at the rules that and the approval process to ensure a governance process, there's a massive pool of data. And a change typically in workflow from kind of a static template-driven reporting with a more manual approval process to something that's much more dynamic and more frequent commentary, both structured and unstructured data. The second reason cited was the lack of data integration. So while firms have invested, I think, quite heavily in data management and data quality initiatives, especially around operational and transactional systems, to achieve the last mile of client reporting still requires the combination of multiple types of data, core underlying, positions and transactions and performance, but also now more attribution and risk-driven metrics and more raw data that clients are looking for their own analytics and studies to see how the mandate is performing in accordance with investment objectives.
Okay, Todd, that's all really interesting. So how can VistaOne help asset managers or asset management companies, therefore, given the results of the survey?
So VistaOne works with our clients to bring data together, to have it organized in a way that's optimized for reporting and presentation through multiple channels. So whether that's print, web, or online, and through a mobile device, as well as organizing the structure of that data to give flexibility. So we're providing the means and an ability to bring all the data together in one place, provide flexibility in how that information is shown, configurability in the presentation of that information, as well as managing the distribution of that information, and all the workflow and approval process that's required along the way. What that allows asset managers to do is really to leverage the investment that they're making in that approval, so that today print capability or print reporting is done through one governance chain, a line of approvals, and online is much more difficult. The opportunity for managers today is to reuse that information and then be able to aggregate it and provide the governance one time, and then distribute that through multiple channels in a way that can be consumed more easily and more readily by their clients, as well as other outside parties, so investment consultants and so forth.
Todd, thank you very much for coming by this morning, and see you at TSAM in New York.
Thank you.